see you again.
Very good to see you. I'm doing fantastic. Obviously, in a lot of training right now, getting ready for my comeback, and looking forward to being back in the WWE ring.
Yay! And of course, welcome to El Brunch is the WWE. So it's a real pleasure to have you here with us for the first time. So I want to know, because, well, always we start talking about morning. For
Hmm
example, my morning starts with tea. I'm a tea person. And what
hmm
about you? I want to know, how is a morning in the life of Samoa?
I am also a fan of the tea in the morning. I'm not much of a coffee person. I like usually green tea, something really light to start off the morning. And then, yeah, I'm not a heavy breakfast guy. Usually a little bit of tea, maybe a little bit of fruit, and then kind of start my day. But yeah, that's usually how my morning works out.
Okay. Well, I need to translate to the people. Just a few seconds. Is that okay for
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
Perfect. Bueno, ya saben, gente, que siempre comenzamos el brunch, hablando acerca de la mañanita, y él dice, bueno, ¿sabes qué? A mí me gusta empezar muy ligerito el día, yo soy una persona que le encanta el té, diferente a todos los demás, ¿verdad? Yo me había imaginado que a Samoa le gustaba muchísimo el café, pero no. Y el té verde, entonces comienza con tecito verde, frutita, y eso básicamente es como él comienza sus mañanas. Joe, let's talk about your return to NXT, because that's where your WWE journey had begun. So how was it to return to the black and gold brand, and in the role that you returned?
It's fantastic to be back on NXT. I mean, obviously, when you talk about the hottest and newest young stars in the world, NXT is definitely the gathering place for them. And to kind of be back in that environment, to be competing with people who are hungry and really want to show the world what they're capable of doing, it's very, very fun for me to be in that environment.
Ok, bueno, pues ahorita estábamos platicando acerca de cómo fue regresar al lugar donde lo vio nacer, ese semillero de talento. Y me dijo, bueno, para mí es fantástico porque ahí estar, o sea, estar compitiendo con gente, con personas, con superestrellas que están hambrientos de tener una oportunidad, pues para mí es todo un reto y es fantástico también. So, how was it to feel that pop of the audience when you showed up?
It was great. I mean, obviously, you don't realize how much you miss it until you get a taste of it again. But to kind of be back out there in front of the fans, it's always a special thing. And the WWE universe is definitely a large part of why we do what we do.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine in the US, but you should know that here in Latin America and here in the office, oh my God, we were really excited to have you here again. So, and especially for me, I'm really happy to see you again and
Well, I'm
you
very glad to be
return.
here and enjoying brunch with you. So I think it all worked out
Yeah.
pretty well.
A ver, pues estábamos hablando ahorita acerca de cómo fue que sintió, lo siento, cómo fue que sintió ese boom de la audiencia cuando lo vimos todos en vivo, digo, cuando lo vieron en vivo, ¿verdad? Y él me dijo, no, pues fue fantástico, o sea, uno no se imagina, o sea, claro, dices, lo extrañas, ¿no? Como superestrella de la audiencia, pero cuando estás ahí, sientes el boom de la gente, no, pues ahí es cuando dices, qué bueno que regresé. Le dije, claro, nosotros en Latinoamérica también te extrañamos muchísimo. So NXT is on television now, live every week. A lot of things changed. So how do you find the gold and black brand now? And do you notice changes in this NXT in comparison with the NXT where you have been 2 times champion?
I think now compared to the beginning, it's just NXT has continued to consistently bring in the very, very best talent from around the world, the very, very best athletes from around the world. So, I mean, it's a tradition that kind of started, a little bit before I joined NXT, and what you're seeing now is just the continuation of that tradition. It's just the level of talent is just insurmountable, and it's amazing to see, who will show up next, including myself. There's always a surprise around the corner.
Okay. Bueno, pues ahorita estábamos hablando acerca de, a ver, de NXT, que ahorita ya está, lo tenemos en la sopa, porque aparte de todos, a mí en especial me gusta muchísimo. ¿Cuáles son las cosas que han cambiado o que él nota de cuando empezó y fue 2 veces campeón ahora? Y me dijo, mira, yo lo que veo es que tienen el mismo talento, o sea, el mismo nivel de talento, ¿no? Que antes de que yo entrara hasta ahora mismo, y eso es algo que distingue mucho a la marca, y eso es algo que todos lo sabemos también. Okay, now let's talk about NXT TakeOver 36, because on Sunday, August 22, after the biggest party of the summer, we are going to have an NXT takeover where you can be the first superstar and become 3 times NXT champion. If you can defeat Karrion Kross, of course, and which is not an easy task. So, and last but not least, is it going to be in the ring return of Samoa Joe? So, what can we expect from this match against Karrion Kross?
You know, sometimes all the things come together perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, my return to WWE, this championship match, and the need for Karrion Kross to learn to be humble and have some humility. So, I mean, all these things will come together on August 22nd. I will walk out into that ring. I will beat Karrion Kross, and I will be the first 3-time NXT champion.
Yay! This is your year, right? I mean,
oh, this is my year.
Yeah.
This has been my decade, and I only seek to cap it off.
Yeah. A ver, pues le dije, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo va a estar el asunto? Tú vas a llegar en NXT TakeOver 36 y aparte de todo vamos a tener tu regreso a los rings y tienes la oportunidad de ser el primero en ser 3 veces campeón de NXT TakeOver. ¿Qué onda? Y me dijo, pues sí, las cosas se acomodan de formas fantásticas, el universo conspira y yo solamente estoy ahí para decir, yes, sir, este es mi año, esta es mi década, quítense que ahí se voy, pero esto lo dijo con mucha humildad. O sea, yo le estoy poniendo salsa a los tacos. Él dijo, no, claro, con mucha humildad me gustaría entrar, derrotar a Karrion Kross y ser el campeón 3 veces de NXT. Muy bien, que es increíble. Lo siento, estoy emocionada. I'm very excited, that's why.
I can tell, you need to be my translator all the time. You make me sound so much more cooler than I do. I mean, this is amazing.
No, you should know that it's because it's Samoa Joe, it's you. So.
Yeah, I do what I can.
All right. So if you defeat Karrion Kross and become for the 3rd time the NXT champion, what comes next for Samoa Joe? Who do you feel that can be a potential rival in the current NXT roster?
I think when you look at the NXT roster, there is several people who fit that description. Yeah. Guys like Adam Cole, you know, guys like Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Walter. I mean, the matchups there are endless. Bronson Reed. I mean, there's a lot of guys who have, you know, who run their mouth a lot when I was out and I was hurt, and they said they wanted these matches, and now I'm here. We're going to find out if they really want these matches.
Okay, wow. Walter, I think is a great idea.
I think, you know, honestly, you know, I think Adam Cole has been running his mouth a lot. He has a little bit of a problem. I mean, I'd love to step in the ring with him. He's obviously proved himself as a fantastic superstar in NXT. And that same invitation goes out to all those other men like Roderick Strong, like Kyle O'Reilly. You know, maybe LA Knight wants to get signed. I mean, I could be $1 million champion too. I mean, anybody on that roster, if they're looking for a fight, I'm standing here and I'm ready to give it to you and serve it up. So we're ready to go.
My God. And what about you? Are you excited? I mean, you can be like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I mean, your return and everything.
It's been a long time since me and the WWE Universe have been apart. And I very much look forward to us being together once again and doing what we enjoy doing.
A ver, pues ahorita estábamos hablando acerca de qué onda. O sea, si derrota a Karrion Kross, ¿qué viene para él, no? O sea, y me dijo, mira, o sea, ¿a qué contrincante buscaría? Y me dijo, pues es que todos, o sea, desde Adam Cole, Reed, Walter, todos son como rivales potenciales. Yo le dije, sí, pero Walter me encantaría. Y me dijo, sí, pero ¿qué tal Adam Cole? Que también todos sabemos el potencial de Adam Cole. No lo sabremos hasta que esto pase, ¿verdad? Okay. So, how was it? Because we remember your injury that led you so many months away from action. And how did you manage to recover? Did some professional help you? And how was the process?
You know, the process, obviously, it was a long process, but every bit of time was worth it. You know, I was doing what was best for my health long term, and obviously we wanted to make sure that I was in the best possible shape to return to the ring in the safest possible manner. So, you know, it was just a lot of just work and time and healing, and to be able to take the time and do that and come back now. I mean, it's been a very, very long journey. You know, it's been over a year. But it's one that's well worth it, and I'm happy that we're at the end of it, and we're getting ready to get back on track.
Yay! Qué bueno que estás bien, Samoa. We are really happy that you're well now.
Oh, me too.
Pues a ver, pues se acuerdan que Samoa tenía una lesión que lo mantuvo lejos, de hecho, muchísimo tiempo de del ring. Y le dije, ¿cómo vas? O sea, ¿qué onda? ¿Te ayudaron? ¿Quién te ayudó? ¿Cómo fue? Y me dijo, bueno, por supuesto, o sea, fue más de un año el que yo estuve afuera del ring. Y la verdad es que la recuperación pues fue lenta y fue un proceso como muy tedioso, pero al final del día la gente especial estuvo ahí conmigo y ahora está listo para darla, ready para darla. Sí, muy bien. All those months working with the commentary team in Raw, at some points, do you think like, hey, that's it, I will not be able to return to the ring?
Uh, it's tough to say. I really enjoyed my time at the commentary table. It was a fun experience, but um, yeah, you always have in the back of your mind that you're preparing to come back. You're on the road to
Mm,
recovery, and I kept that in the back of my head. I just didn't try to put a timetable on it. You find you get disappointed when things don't work
yeah.
out in the time that you hope they will. So it was just more just kind of understanding that I need to give myself time and not rush it, chill out, relax, and let the process trust the process, let it work out.
I love it. Goal. It was a goal.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, you was enjoying your life.
might
So
as well. We
that's
can
the
often
recipe.
we can torture ourselves more than anybody else can ever torture us. So I try not to do it too much.
Exactly. Wow. That's why we love you so much, Samoa. A ver, pues ahorita estábamos hablando de qué onda, o sea, cuando estuviste en la mesa de comentarios, la neta es que lo hacías fantástico y todos llegamos a pensar, más bien, tú llegaste a pensar, ¿sabes qué? Que yo creo que ya fue, yo ya no voy a regresar al ring y me dijo, la verdad es que no. O sea, mientras yo disfrutaba, aparte escuchen esto, por favor, porque es muy importante. Mientras yo disfrutaba del proceso de recuperación, en mi mente estaba súper claro que yo iba a regresar al ring en algún momento. Solamente me relajaba porque nosotros, la mente, es la que más traiciona. Así que relajar la mente, tener ahí la meta y a darle duro. Ok. Okay, so because facts are facts, you did a commentary pretty good. Really, I loved your job there, your work there. So if you weren't a WWE superstar and needed to leave the rings, what other kind of job you love to do? Did Samoa Joe have a plan B for his life?
I usually have a plan B, C, D, E, and F. So yeah, there's always another plan. Obviously commentary I very much enjoyed. That's always something that I'd be willing to go back to at some point. Right now, some of my other responsibilities in WWE are helping find the new superstars that will be joining our roster and doing talent scouting around the world. And I'm very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to scouring this planet, which I love so very much, and finding the next great superstar wherever they may be in the world. And that's kind of my mission now. So aside from returning to the ring in NXT, I'm glad to be a part of building the future of WWE going forward.
Okay, so all your plans B, C, D, E, and F,
Yeah.
they're related with with wrestling and WWE and
With
everything.
wrestling, obviously, too,
Uh-huh.
doing voice acting on the side, working with Warner Brothers on a few projects. So yeah, we always stay busy around here. We're always keeping out there trying to put out stuff that the world will enjoy, and I'm just happy I have that opportunity to do so.
Ok, bueno, pues le pregunté acerca de que qué haría, lo vimos como comentarista y lo hizo muy bien. Que qué otra cosa, si tiene un plan B para su vida. Y me dijo, mira, yo tengo plan B, C, D, E y F, pero todos son relacionados con WWE. Y la verdad es que a mí me encantaría muchísimo traer talento, o sea, como cazar talento, traer talento y hacer que la empresa esté llena de talento que merece, ¿no? Porque somos una empresa reconocida y padre. Entonces, y luego me dijo, bueno, pero también, por ejemplo, estoy haciendo doblaje con W con Warner Brothers y, o sea, él sigue chambeándole duro en esto. Y me dijo, es que esto es, o sea, yo me enfoco en esto y esto es lo que me gusta. Joe, you travel around the world. You did your job in a lot of remote places, different cultures, different languages. I want to know what was the hardest moment in that time for you, and I want to know as well what was the best moment that you can recall now and just smile.
Probably the hardest moment was definitely it wasn't because of where I was at, but at the time I was in Japan when 9/11 happened. And I was supposed to fly home the next day. Obviously, all the flights got shut down, and we didn't know what was going on in the States. We're getting kind of half reports on what we could understand on the news, what we saw. So it was a very, very confusing, crazy, difficult time because I was very young. In my early 20s. I'm my first time kind of
Okay.
being overseas internationally. Never really been out of my country before, and now all of a sudden there's this big international incident, and I'm stuck in a country that I've never really been to and understood. But the good side about
Yeah.
that, if there is a good side of that day, was that in that time I learned to appreciate that country, and Japan has become one of my favorite places in the world. But a very, very sad day, and just having to deal with all the emotions of everything that week, and then having to deal with all the difficulties, even trying to get back into your country at that time because everything was shut down for so long.
No.
And I think the happiest moment, obviously, is there's too many to count. Having this career and being on the road, and all the experiences that you have, and all the people that you meet, it's very, very difficult to narrow it down to one singular happy moment. There have been several, and I just like to say there's many more to come.
Ok, ok. A ver, pues ahorita estábamos hablando acerca de los momentos más difíciles y de los momentos más padres que ha tenido en su carrera. Y me dijo, bueno, pues el momento más difícil fue cuando estuve en Japón durante mis primeros 20, o sea, en la primera década de sus 20, y que pasó este incidente tan fuerte que justamente él quería regresarse a su país. Fue el primer país que conocía y él quería regresarse a su país y no había manera porque todo estaba, pues no había manera de salir de Japón. Entonces él estaba muy nervioso y todo, sin embargo, se lo tomó cool también y empezó a explorar Japón y es por eso que Japón ahora es uno de los países más chidos y con más amor que le tiene. Y bueno, me dijo, de los mejores lugares, o sea, de las mejores experiencias, han habido muchísimas. So, I remember one about, I want to tell you one of my best experiences in WWE.
Okay.
Wait, just give me a sec.
Okay.
This moment, remember?
Yes. Oh wow, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was amazing.
It was a fun time. It was a good week.
And I have here with me. Yes, you should come again. We miss you so much in Latin America, especially
we,
in
we, we,
Mexico. I
we,
know, like,
we should do the we should do the Grand Prix again. It was a great time.
yes, please, again. Okay, I need to explain it because maybe it's a lot of fans now asking, like, what? What is that
What?
picture, Quetzalli? A ver, pues estábamos ahora y le dije, mi momento favorito es este, sí, y es acerca de una vez que vino a la Ciudad de México al premio, al Grand Prix, ¿no? Al Grand Prix. Y la verdad es que la pasamos increíble, o sea, fue uno de mis momentos favoritos en WWE y lo pasé con Samoa Joe, por eso somos besties. Muy bien. So, Joe, there are a lot of people watching this right now on Instagram and Facebook. So, I think it's a good moment to answer some fans' questions. Are you
Sounds
ready?
good. I'm ready.
Perfect. A ver, vayan preparando sus preguntas, gente. A ver. So, RTX WWE, what is your dream match in WrestleMania?
Dream match. Ooh, it's a tough call. So many great opponents, but I'd like to get another crack at Brock Lesnar for the championship. That'd always be fun if he's around. I'd love to get a crack at Drew McIntyre if he's ready. I'd love to get a crack at Bobby Lashley. If you have a championship and it is WrestleMania time, I'd be more than happy to take it off your hands. So, that's pretty simple equation.
Oh, pretty simple. Wow. Contundente. Ok. Pues él dice, yo, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, por supuesto que me encantaría decirle, aquí está papá Samoa Joe, y también me encantaría con Drew McIntyre. Entonces, así de simple, así me dijo, así de simple. Y aparte de todo, también Lashley. Nada más, nada menos. A ver, so, this one, let me check because we have a lot. Oh my God. Vamos a ver, let me see. Oh, so, I don't know. No, this one. Oh, sorry. It's it's a lot of people asking the same question. Oh, this one. So, some, do you know some words in Spanish?
Do I know some words in Spanish?
Yeah.
Sí, un poquito, very, very little. Not enough to get around in California. Which, like I've always said, if you've grown up in Southern California, you better be bilingual if you want to get around, because everybody speaks Spanish, everybody speaks English out there, so it's very, very helpful.
So, which kind of words you know, Samoa?
Like I said, just basic greetings. What's up? How you doing? Where's this? Where's that?
Okay. Okay. Bueno, enchiladas. You know what is an enchilada?
Oh, for sure. Everybody knows what enchilada is. Yeah, the food. Yeah, everybody knows what the food is. I mean, that's easy. I mean, you don't grow up with it. You got to know what the food is.
Exactly. So, this one. Samoa, when NXT in Mexico, because we want to see you again, Samoa. They want you
I,
here.
I I would very much love for there to be an NXT loop through Mexico, through Central America, through South America. I think it's one of our most fun markets. I think every time we go down there, we have a great time, and I'd love to start that up. I'd love to see that happen. I think we need to expand more internationally, get to more of our international fans. And I know for me personally, though I don't have much say in where we go, I would love to see it happen sooner than later.
Ay, bueno, pues ahorita está diciendo que espera que sea muy pronto porque le encanta nuestro país. Así que la siguiente pregunta es acerca de eso. So, Charlie 5VM, he is asking, who is your favorite wrestler in Mexico or from Mexico?
Ooh, uh, so I started watching Lucha Libre when I was real young because it was shown predominantly in California. And
Yeah.
I mean, I like Blue Demon. I remember. I think my first kind of introduction to Lucha Libre was like the old Santo movies. It was like Santo versus the vampires or something. I was like, what? And then you start watching a little bit, and then next thing you're watching Saturday morning, Lucha Libre on television stuff. So I mean, those two, I think when I was real young, really stood out. Obviously, they were the big stars, and they were always being shown. So I mean, those are that was my introduction. That was how I first got into understanding and the culture of Lucha Libre.
Yay, that's great. And what is your favorite Santos movie?
Man, of the million, I don't. I don't know. I don't know the exact title, but this doesn't help at all. But I remember it was him and Blue Panther, and I think they were fighting a bunch of vampires or something. It was just. I remember as a kid, it was really wild.
Yeah, I think a lot of the movies of Santo, it was full of vampires and mummies
Yeah,
and monsters.
yeah. And so for a small kid, it was always like, oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for me as well. A ver, pues la pregunta fue de cuál fue su luchador favorito de México y él me dijo, sí, me encantaba Blue Demon y me encantaba Santos, o sea, porque aparte de todo, él empezó a ver las películas, o sea, sus primeros acercamientos fueron en las películas del Santo, las momias de Guanajuato, ¿qué tal? El Santo y las momias de Guanajuato. Well, next time, if you're coming to Mexico, we should go to Guanajuato. Guanajuato is a small, well, it's a city now, but
Yeah.
Santo, El
Hmm.
Santo, one of the famous movie, it was
Hmm.
Las Momias de Guanajuato, the mummy in
The
Guanajuato.
Mummy.
So we should go there next time.
Go recreate the shots. Okay, I'm with you.
Yay! Are you in?
I'm in.
Yeah. Not just cars and no,
Yeah.
not
No,
those
yeah,
kind
we're
of
gonna go.
things.
We're gonna go make movies. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, last question. So, what about the idea to team up with someone to get the NXT titles? Like yeah, if,
I often don't work well in teams, as history has shown. But the times that I have been a part of a team, we've usually come up with championship gold. So I mean, there's a lot of guys that could fit that bill of a tag team partner. But if I could see something like how about Oni Lorcan? I think me and Oni Lorcan could be great. Oni can go out there, wear them out, get beat up real good, and when the opponents are tired, I'll come in, do the cleanup work. It'll work out real nice.
Wow, such an amazing tactic. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that NXT title in you.
Well,
Really.
thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Oni about it. I think it can work out. He's very durable. You know, he's a very, very
Yeah.
tough guy.
Yeah, Lorcan is great as well. So I want to see it. Perfecto. Pues ya, Oni Lorcan será el que va a escoger, just in case. Esto lo acaba de decir, no sabemos, ¿ok? Bueno. Well, Joe, we arrive at the end of this lovely and amazing interview. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you here in the brunch of the WWE. But before you go, let me ask you the last question, okay?
Hmm.
Sunday 22 at
Okay.
NXT TakeOver 36, is it going to be the same ring gear, same towel, same entrance song, or do you have an ace under your sleeve?
You know what? I like to say it like this. The truth never changes because it's always the same. And when I walk to the ring, the true Samoa Joe will be in the building, and he'll be back in your hearts and on your screens and in Karrion Kross's face as your new three-time NXT champion.
Well, thank you so much, Samoa. It was amazing to see you again. Lovely.
Always great to see you,
Fantastic.
Quetzalli.